I'm going to talk about the resistance because in my city of Chicago and the surrounding towns, possibly your city and town, there is this terror and intimidation of our immigrant communities. But here there is also a growing resistance, a movement for survival against ICE. Um, uh, we are seeing the beginning of ICE occupying our cities and towns. It's not just here; it's growing everywhere. But it's important to note that our movement of resistance is growing too, from our faith communities, within our community organizations, our independent political organizations, some of our elected representatives, uh, thousands of individuals. Um, and for instance, at Broadview, which is a detention facility, you probably have seen this on the news. The protests have been happening every Friday. Well, there's a growing community of faith leaders that are bringing communion there. You know, they are and are opening up their congregations to educate and be supportive, just like Aaliyah said, and be a space of safety and organization for the communities. Um, so one of the things of this terror is that it's radicalizing thousands of people. And so that's the positive thing is that just so many people are seeing something. Some people have never done anything. They've never been a part of any kind of action. They're just saying, I cannot stand by. What side am I on? I have to be on the side of those who are being terrorized, my people, and so this spontaneous movement is growing very rapidly here, to defend and protect our immigrant neighbors against all of these illegal abductions that are happening all day long and in growing parts of the city. I live in the northwest side of Chicago. I am part of the Northwest Rapid Response Network, part of my local school patrol, and part of my ward organization, which is made up of lots of block clubs and in the ward. Um, all are active in this resistance movement against ICE. And we've seen it growing, it just growing in front of us. First, this witnessing and trying to prevent abductions on the streets and at workplaces and anywhere ICE feels they can find people. And we've sent to witness this and disrupt it, et cetera. We have a system. There's a system of orange whistles that alert people when ICE vehicles are nearby, that allows them to stay inside if they need to, or warn other people. We have ongoing Know Your Rights training happening with door-to-door canvassing where we hand out Know Your Rights materials. ICE started moving to pick up parents taking children to school. And so we set up walking school buses for children whose parents could not take them to school for fear of being abducted. And we set up school patrols around every local elementary school here. The call went out we wanted 500 volunteers to be on corners around every school. Within 48 hours, 900 people responded. And people are wanting to do something. And so every step that we're seeing of ICE is being disrupted and resisted. We found out that ICE was going to the parks where the kids were doing games, sports games. And so teams went down there. We found out that because there was so much a response from the community, ICE was going through the alleys, trying to pick up people in the alleys where they wouldn't be noticed. So everybody got out and got their garbage cans and blocked the alleys so that they couldn't come in and there would be time to warn people. So all of these little things that happen is because of the imagination of people who want to protect our neighbors and want to protect our people. And so one of the things that this has led to is self-organizing. Originally, a lot of this response was organized from top down from this overall network. It's growing too rapidly, and so we have signal groups, the text groups that are forming around every school in every neighborhood, and they self-organize. they plan how to respond. They set it up so that a couple months ago we met with the people with the some of the elected officials and the protesters in Washington D.C. and we learned from them of what they did. And they were then building block by block, creating safe houses. We began doing the same. So, we can learn and we need to share this. We need to share our resistance because it's not going to remain here. It's going to move into every city that this administration has decided to move into. And yet, one of the things we're learning is that this spontaneous movement is really countering the fear and the terror. And so the people we are seeing, that bravery is growing. The bravery is overcoming the fear because we're coming together and we're forming and we're fighting together. And so we say, as you all say, we pray freedom and we will resist.